Everybody, I know lots of people ask me, or tell me in fact should I say, that you're all coming over here for the coronation here to London, and what are the best tips. We did try and share some tips with you recently about how to travel around, all of that sort of stuff. Don't spend too much money on the travel card. You don't necessarily get your full money's worth, and as a tight northerner, trust me, I can tell you that. But one tip I could share with you, and I was kind of shocked to find this out, that this is the case, is simply this. And as ever, let me explain. When you think about it, we're all looking at a cost of living crisis. We're all trying to find ways of saving money, aren't we? And the oldest ones are always the best. I was looking at a program the other day and I thought it was fascinating that they were showing how in the Edwardian times, people would make rag rugs. Yes, old rags threaded through an old sort of sack and basically turned into a rug, so that every element of it was used. And so people that couldn't afford a very expensive rug added a bit of colour, a bit of warmth and all of that sort of stuff to their home. Nothing's new, we just have to look back. Now, a big story came out over here in the consumer market that this, one of my particular favourites, as anybody who watches this channel on a regular basis knows, yes, the flask, it's come back. Now, apparently, the rising flask has escalated because people are now buying them. So the fact that they're saving money, given the fact that when you go to the likes of Nero, Starbucks, Costa Coffee, you name it, all of those big chains like Greg's who are charging £2 to £3 for a simple cup of coffee, well, people are turning their backs on them and now deciding to make their own coffee. So my advice truly would be, if you are coming to London, just pop into somewhere. The flasks are not that expensive if you check around. You don't have to get a top of the range one. And truly, if you don't want to take it back with you, for the weight or whatever like that, just donate it to a charity shop because someone else could benefit from it, But you can save a lot of money. Think about it this way. Each time, say, you and your partner, stop for a cup of tea, that's about £5 to £6, and that's a cheap stop off. So when people say to me, what else can you do to save money? The flask would be my number one tip. My other tip would be this. Also, take a small packet of biscuits with you, or indeed, if you have the opportunity, make your own sandwiches, because if you go into the royal parks, whether that be St. James's, Kensington, Hyde Park, all of those little huts that are selling teas, coffee, sandwiches, astronomical prices, let me tell you. And the ice creams, you need a second mortgage for. So those would be the tips, as I say, along with the travel, that I would share with you. Simply because, as I say, we're all looking at ways of saving money. A comfortable pair of shoes, and also something like a mini backpack that you could wrap up, say, some waterproof top or something like that in case it rains, because it always rains at some point, as many people watching this channel know, in London. And if you're waiting around to see the royal coronation, no doubt you're going to need a brolly, unless you can get chummy with someone next to you. As ever, when I think of more that I'd like to share, or indeed the things that I do, I'm more than happy to let you know how to save a few pence over here while you're coming to London. But my advice, steer clear of the coffee shops, buy a flask, small packet of biscuits, and if you can, pack up your own lunch or snacks, and just find somewhere nice like a park like this and have your lunch out al fresco. Far cheaper, sure you'll agree. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.